It's Thursday, 8th of December 22, and I'm talking about Harry and Meghan, even though I don't really want to, because I've no interest at all. But just for the record, I think Harry is a very strange chap and toxic. It looks like Meghan's that way as well. I mean, I always gave Meghan the benefit of the doubt. Her dad's terrible, and I mean, he's the worst public figure dad I can think of. I had the stepsister and all that, but it looks like Meghan might actually take after her dad, so I've not really got much sympathy now. The two of them seem really, well, I better be careful what I say, but toxic for sure. You really want them out of your lives, that's for sure. And yeah, I've no interest at all, and I'm really surprised at how interested people are. Like, it seems like this Amazon Prime thing, they're making 100 million out of it. Basically just trashing the royal family. Whereas, they're just appalling. I mean, he's a Edward and Mrs Simpson character. I really don't know what his mentality is, Harry, but I've always found him pretty toxic. I mean, he dressed up as a Nazi. He also said some racist remark, I think, to a fellow soldier when they were in training, when he was in his teens or late teens or whatever. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, he's always seemed appalling to me and just odd. I mean, even that guy Taylor, who was the drummer with the Foo Fighters, who died this year, I heard some story where he met Harry in 2015, maybe at the London Palladium or something, the Royal Palladium thing. And Harry goes, "And how are you?" And Taylor goes, "I'm a bit tired." And Harry slapped him in the face. I mean, I know he was trying to be sort of manly comical or whatever, but Taylor didn't like it. He says, I wasn't very happy about it. I can't imagine why. Yeah, because we always have that Mike Tingle and Harry when any time they met at sort of school sports days or whatever, they would be wrestling in the ground. It was pathetic. It really was. I mean, I feel sorry for William having to put up with all this nonsense all his life, really. Because I think he's always been a nutcase. They had that time where they were both in their early teens or whatever, and they stopped to climb a dam in Wales or something. I think they climbed down it and then climbed back up it, or it was just a ridiculous thing. I can imagine it was Harry's idea again. I blame everything on Harry, basically. I'm totally prejudicedly down on him, but I mean, I've always found him an oddball, toxic oddball. I just feel sorry for the royal family and all that. I don't know, but I'm surprised at how interested people are. In the Daily Mail, my favourite mainstream newspaper. It's like, I don't know, 20 stories on the first page or whatever, and I don't think I've clicked on one of them. Why is he all so interested? It's like Kim Kardashian as well. It doesn't make sense. Who is it they're influencing, or who is it is interested? Because they're really boring. It is ironic that William and Kate are so exemplary at doing their duty. I wouldn't be surprised if they wanted away from it as well, but they're committed. And meanwhile, Harry and Meghan are just... I mean, when are people going to run out of interest with them, or when are they going to have zero popularity? Apparently he has said in the past, when he was a child and that, he said to William, "It's okay for you, you're going to be the king, I'm always going to be the second thing," or whatever. Possibly jokingly and all that, but really, well, you really need to strip him of all his titles and all that. He needs to just become an Edward and Mrs Simpson situation. That is ironic, because his wife's American and that as well. I wonder if they'll lose all their buddy friends, your celeb friends, like Oprah Winfrey and everybody. I would be bailing out anyway, that's for sure. Because I always felt sympathy for Meghan. I thought, she's got the worst public figure dad ever. And but it turns out she might be the same. Because everybody else was down on Meghan. And I mean, there was nothing about her that made me think she's great or whatever. But she hadn't done anything that I thought, well, it's publicly that I thought, well, that's appalling or whatever. But now it's just turning out she's just totally like her dad, I think. I suppose they're going to have to keep coming round to this gravy train, you know, but if you've got 100 million for that, then you're pretty alright. I don't know, they did have some other shows, didn't they? I think they were cancelled or whatever. But yeah, the first show was last night or something, their Amazon Prime. I'm amazed at Amazon as well. I think they're undignifying themselves, but I'm not surprised at Amazon anyway, because I don't have any respect for them. You know, most people joined the Prime free trial and didn't realise that they were going to have recurring payments and all that. But I don't like Amazon at all, really, you know, their values and that. Even the guy that runs it, you know, I don't know what he's meant to be, whether he's meant to be a sort of centre-left guy or what, but I've no time for all these guys. So everybody's damaged, Amazon, Harry and Meghan. The only ones that come out good are Prince William and that, and the royal family. Well, apart from Andrew, maybe, you know. Alright, that's me. Just for the record, I've no interest in Harry and Meghan whatsoever. But just for the record, now that their first Amazon movie was last night, or the Amazon documentary trashing the royal family, and the British public as well, funnily enough. But I've no time for them or whatever, but I'm not interested either, and I hope that they disappear from the Daily Mail headline pages, but I don't think they will somehow. I suppose they're going to have to get more extreme every time. I don't know. I dread to think what they're going to do next. I should say also, there must be a good chance that they'll divorce because they're both a bit crazy. But then on the other hand, because they're both crazy, they might stay together because their craziness suits each other, especially if they have grudges against people they bitter across the world. I mean, it is looking like she is like her father and her step sister, so or half sister. I mean, so who knows? And also I think Harry probably takes after Diana. I mean, I'm guessing William takes after Charles, and Harry takes after Diana, who was a bit crazy as well. I always thought, but there you go.